welcome back to Danae Define, where I discuss things that I deem important. And today we have a special guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Alright, my name is Christian Clark. Yeah,
Okay, so I'll just wait. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. It's the intro. Just say I'm
Christian Clark. I'm her boyfriend.
And we are doing the relationship Q&A. So some people send in some questions, and then some of these questions we took up to ourselves. But we're just gonna answer them. We haven't answered them prior to this. This is our first time answering, so you're gonna get our first reaction and just right off the top of our head. So let's get into it. What is something you need to keep your relationship going when you feel like the spark is gone?
That's a good question. I don't know if we really ever had that problem. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think probably just trying different things, doing different things in a relationship, not doing the basic Taco Tuesday or stuff like that. If you're a guy, you don't really cook, try cooking for her. Can't really speak on the female side of things. I'm gonna leave that to her. But I mean, just like I said, you have to try different things. You know, we've been together for a long time. 4 years, going on 5. So I mean, of course, you go through your ups and downs. But I mean, as long as you stay true to yourself and like I said, you try different things. I mean, you'll be fine. At the end of the day, you'll be fine.
As the woman in the relationship, I believe that you can try things that are new emotionally. And when I say that, more so for both you and him. If he has grown up with a negative background, try giving him positive compliments. If he is grown up with a positive background, try giving him constructive criticism instead of nagging him. Because sometimes those are the reasons that the spark does disappear. And just pay more attention to detail when it comes to your partner. I believe that will alleviate the whole problem. And like you said, just trying new things. No regular Taco Tuesdays. That's a thing. So yeah, let's just try something different. Try cooking together. You love tacos. Try cooking together. Try doing more things together that you would normally do. So yeah, that's that on that. Next question. What do you think it takes to have a healthy, long-lasting relationship? You want me to start? What do you think it takes to have a healthy, long-lasting relationship? I honestly would say transparency and prayer. You have to be able to say, I don't know it all. I don't have it all right. And I'm not always right.
Oh,
you
really?
have to have those you have to have those moments, and it's a growing thing. You have to sometimes grow today. I had to grow today because I felt like I knew everything there was about having a great relationship, but I also have learned a lot from Christian. Almost like just not even knowing that I was learning, but a lot of things that I have picked up on, and the ways I handle things now I picked up from Christian. So I would say just being transparent and learning to love a person where they are. And if they are not up to par or not up to the standard, if they lose it a little bit, don't be so quick to give up. But love them back to the place where they need to be for you, but also make sure that it's safe for their heart and their mind. Want to read the question again?
Yeah.
What do you think it takes to have a healthy, long-lasting relationship?
I think try to listen more than basically listening more to the partner, seeing where their head's at. I feel like you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you have to really use that to a fault. But I think, like I said, listening more, not making everything your argument, being understanding of someone else's feelings, even though you could be having a bad day. You can, like for example, let me get going. Just for example, I could have a bad day at practice, and she could have a bad day at music, and some half the time she won't even tell me because she was so worried about listening to what I've been going through, and then sometimes me being selfish as far as just me saying how I feel. Sometimes I never really got and asked how her day was. I was so in tune with, man, I'm in practice, class, teachers, coaches. You have to ask questions, and it's both ways. You have to ask questions and see how your other person's feeling. Don't always make it about you. So I feel like when you put the other person first, other than yourself, when it comes to the emotions and stuff like that, I feel like that eventually is gonna basically make a healthy relationship. It's hard at first because of course you worry about yourself, but I mean now when you're involved with a whole other person, it's not about you anymore. It's about the whole. So I mean it's two coming together to make one. So you have to worry about. Well, not worry, but you have to make sure that everybody's good in any situation.
Period. Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
What is your definition of submission? You know what it means? Like, I mean, well, not what it means. I know, like, you know what it means, like,
in a relationship, yes.
So what is your own personal definition? Well, according to how we've been in our relationship, what do you think submitting is for us?
Submission. I think when you're submissive to somebody, I think a lot of people look at it as it being it's like it's looked down upon, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. I feel like just like with the last question, you have to be able to take yourself out the equation for the other person. And it's not just always the woman being submissive to the man. Sometimes the man has to be submissive to the woman as well. And when I say that, I mean like just basically like you have to be able to listen, and you just have to be able to listen. And a lot of times that's when you listen to the woman. Can we cut this? Because I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. No, just go ahead and say
it. But it's like it doesn't have to be perfect. Go ahead.
But it's like I said, sometimes you always want to make it about yourself, but at the end of the day, it's not always about you. So you just have to take the time out and listen to how she's feeling sometimes. That's just one way of being submissive to a woman. So yeah.
I would define submission. I think it's frowned down upon now that we have the whole. We're pushing for women and pushing for the strong black woman independent narrative that it's even done even when you have a two-parent household. You push, and I think that my father pushed it more than my mother pushed it, to always be independent and always be able to rely on yourself and yourself only, which is great coming up in this world where things can be a little shifty and you never know what you're going to have to do by yourself and how you're going to do it. But it's something that I had to learn, and I think my definition of submitting is literally learning to give a piece of me away, which I've gotten used to, and understand and be open to the parts of him and the parts of the way he thinks and his emotions, and kind of make it a part of my mindset. Not like on a controlling aspect, but more so, it's a lot of things that I do now that I would think, okay, if I do this, how is he gonna feel? He's not the type of don't wear that, don't do this. Nah, not at all. But there are some things that if I put on an outfit to go out and I'm not going with him and I'm going by myself, I definitely do, take a couple steps back. And, if my boyfriend saw me out like this, like, how would he feel as me being his girlfriend to be out amongst other guys looking this way? So, I mean, I don't wear raunchy stuff because I'm a lady. But to me, it's definitely considering someone else's feelings and listening to them and sometimes taking their direction. We did that. That was good. What submission? What is something that your mate does that you don't particularly like?
Go first.
I go first?
Mm-hmm.
It's petty. Christian smacks. And it only irritates me, and I think it would irritate me if he never told me that he think it is the most unattractive thing ever. And when he said it with so much venom and hate for people who smack on their food. And I was like, oh, okay, like it wasn't a big deal. And then randomly one day, Christian just started smacking, and like it's a regular thing. So for me, I don't like when he smacks because you just shouldn't. And then also because he's still passionate about women smacking on food and smacking on food, period. He just doesn't think that it's a good habit. So that's the one for me.
What I don't like that you do, like, bro, listen, no straight man will ever say that like this. She always tries to touch my butt. Listen,
that's like a girlfriend thing though. I'm not the only girl that does that.
But every dude gonna be like, nah, we ain't.
True. That has been the average reaction.
Nah,
but
I hate that.
You ready for the next one? Do we know how to argue effectively? Have we always?
No.
Do I think we do now? Sometimes. We're getting into the habit where we can both say to each other when the other one wants to push a subject or wants to talk about it passionately. I think we have both come to the point where we can say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to discuss it right now. Can we discuss it later when we're not so mad? Like, that's a big thing because we both like to argue. So, that's my answer. Do you have anything to add?
I don't know. I'm just a petty arguer, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just petty. I don't care.
He didn't used to be petty. I blame me. But then I also blame my mom because my mom is the reason I'm petty. So, I think we just kind of answered number 7, a pet peeve.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Basically.
What is your biggest fear as a couple? Being broke and failing as a unit. So like if he fails, it's my fail too. If I fail, he fails. So I think we do a great job of no matter what headspace we are in, no matter what moment we are in, we cannot be talking to each other, but we're gonna support each other. I've been to a couple of games and not and been on the terms of not talking, but I always make sure I wish him good luck. And I always sit down in front on the 3rd row in the student section. It just is what it is. So, yeah, I don't want him to fail. And he don't want me to fail. And he honestly does. He pushes me when I just want to be done in music. It's the only reason I'm still singing. So, yeah, that's for me. What's your biggest fear for us?
That's kind of, I don't want to say it's a fear, it's more so like, I don't know how that's a fear, how you don't want it to happen.
That's a fear.
Yeah, I mean, failing, well, my definition of failing would just be like, me personally just not being able to provide, honestly. That would be for me.
That's big.
And as a couple, yeah. Just not being able to provide and hold each other down for real. And I mean, even in college, college or athlete, you know, you don't, HBCU, you don't get a lot of money, man. I mean, most places that you would consider D1, they get stipends and stuff like that. Not saying they don't deserve more, because I mean the amount they bring in is well deserved. Same with us, but I mean at the end of the day, just not being able to provide for our future family, that's a big thing for me. If football and the next level doesn't work out, I still want to be a coach, and I know what coaching that does bring in a good, pretty decent salary. So as long as I'm able to do that, and my children are good, then I've done my job, honestly. So, yeah.
Okay. How have you made it work? How have you made it work? Prayer. Some more prayer. And then when you get done with that prayer, you pray again. And then you go to sleep, and you know what you got to do? Pray some more. To sum it up.
I mean, yeah.
Learning each other, to be real. Honestly, this whole thing is a learning experience. 5 years, even with 5 years, it seems like a lot to young people, but we have barely, nearly touched what my parents have. We have barely touched what my uncle have, you know? So, I think it's a learning process. Making it work is just a part of the process. And I think that, I know that Christian looks at a lot of stuff as if he was on the field. Everything has a game plan and everything has a reason and everything has a reaction. So you just gotta learn the playbook. And then maybe one day we can lose to the Super Bowl. Last question. What are your future plans as a couple to make this money? That's real. We like making money together and apart.
Just, like I said, we're college students, man. There's no excuse to. I'm not saying it's an excuse to be bored, but I know especially in this past year, just trying to use it to network with other people and utilizing what we do have. I feel like that's the best thing going on right now. Just trying to put ourselves in a position for the future, even if our goals don't, our plan A don't work, or B will still be fine. Yeah, for real.
And a family. We actually do plan to have a family. We actually do plan to be married. You didn't think I was gonna see that, huh? He thought I was looking at myself. I was looking at you. But yeah, I plan on having a child. He plans on having 5. I don't know where he's gonna get the other 4.
I said 3.
Oh, 3. I still don't know where you're gonna get the other 2. But we plan on building a cute little family and having all of our wives. I'm not having kids. Y'all comment below and tell us how many kids y'all think we should have. Not that it's going to matter, but it might make Christian happy if y'all agree with him. Alright, and you have anything else to share? This is the end of our video. This has been when I posted our promo for this video, somebody sent me a laughing emoji. It was an older person. I want to say, if you are a young couple, still keep going. Everything ain't temporary.
Somebody laughed.
Somebody laughed. And I
It
just
ain't
want
nobody
to
we
say,
know, is it?
it is someone I know.
Who is it?
But it's someone older. Like, I'm not about to out them on camera,
How
but
old
I
is
do
she?
want. Pause. I do want to say.
I'm sorry. Is she in a relationship?
They're not, and that's why I'm saying something for the older generation. I'm not saying keep your comments to yourself, because I love all wisdom. I will sit and talk and walk with anybody who is older than me and has lived this life longer than me. I soak it all up. But please keep all negativity that way. We're not paying. They gotta pay us. All right.